Hi, hello, welcome. Thanks for being here. Happy New Year. I hope you're having a great start to the new year so far. I become very reflective around this time of the year, and I really like the concept of Spotify Wrapped, even though they did fall a little bit short this year. And I kind of wish that I could have it for every other aspect of my life as well. So I decided to make my own and make a little 2024 art wrapped. So this is that. As artists, I think it's important to look back at our work, see what worked, what we need to improve on, what we'd like to do more of, what we'd like to explore, what do we enjoy, what do we not enjoy so much. So this is my form of doing that in a fun way, hopefully. Okay, starting with some fun little statistics of my overall year. I spent 98 hours on Procreate this year. In previous years, this probably would have been a lot more because digital was my main medium. But this year, I wanted to take a step back from digital and work more on my traditional media. I think 90% of these hours are for client work, and I only made one fully digital piece for myself this year, which was my first piece of the year, which is this piece. My top 5 media of the year were 1. Acrylic paint, 2. Tombow markers, 3. Acrylic gouache, 4. Digital, and 5. Collage. A lot of these media were new for me this year. For example, acrylic gouache, collage, and Tombow markers I never used before. Money I spent on art supplies. This one scared me, I'm not gonna lie. I was very worried, but the end outcome was 322 euros and 16 cents, which I think isn't that bad at all. As far as money goes and art supplies being very expensive, I think I did pretty well. I'm proud of myself. I completed 181 sketchbook spreads this year over 4 different sketchbooks. I finished one sketchbook. That sketchbook tour is already up on my channel. And my latest one, I'm very, very close to finishing, so that sketchbook tour will be up soon too. I also made 3 commissions and I worked with 6 different clients for illustration projects. 2024, I would categorize as the year of trying new things. In the previous years, I could really see a clear style, preferred medium, and subject matter. But this year, I actually switched up on all 3 of those. So my art suddenly looked very different from what I did before, and I tried a lot of new things. The first new thing I tried this year was air dry clay. It was very interesting. I was not very good at it at the start. I started off with some small things to practice, including these little clay pins, and then I made little clay magnets. These were very fun and easy and a good place to start for me because it wasn't too big and scary. It was just sort of like small little cute things and not really easy to mess up because they're just flat, so it doesn't take a lot of sculpting skills. Eventually I leveled up to making cute little trinket dishes. I had a lot of fun with these, coming up with different concepts and the designs, and then seeing the little sketch in my sketchbook turning into this physical thing that I can hold and place around my house is really fun. So I made a lot of cute little trinket dishes. Ended up also getting 2 commissions for trinket dishes. One was this fossil ashtray, which was really fun to work on. And another was a cat trinket dish inspired by the cat of the person. I'm really excited to explore clay further this year, and one of my goals is to actually work on kiln fire clay instead of air dry clay. 2024 is the year that I finally started painting on canvases. For some reason, canvases scare me a lot, I think because they're 1, expensive, and 2, if you mess it up, then it feels like a waste, whereas if you mess up a page in your sketchbook, it's fine, it's a sketchbook. So I avoided canvas painting for many years, and I finally decided I wanted to do it. I created a cute little series around my foster cats, and I made a portrait for each of my foster cats. That was very fun and a little bit scary because I don't really paint, and I especially don't paint cats. But they turned out really cute, and it gave me something fun to hang around my house. And I also made my own canvases this year because I don't have a lot of money to spend on canvases, and the part that was stressing me out was, what if I buy this expensive canvas and I ruin it? So my conclusion was, okay, I'll just make my own canvas for much cheaper, though it is a lot of work, and then I might not be as scared because it's okay if I ruin it because I made it myself and I didn't spend a lot of money on it, which worked in the end. And though my canvases were very wobbly and could do with a lot of improvement, I made 2 canvases and I made 2 paintings on them, and I really love them both a lot. One of them ended up being commissioned, and I have a video of me making it, plus the canvas and the painting, so if you want to see that, that video exists. I'm proud of myself for finally doing the scary thing and moving forward with it, and I really love the pieces that I ended up with, and I enjoy having really big pieces to hang around my house and decorate my house more. A big thing I've always admired and really loved is children's illustration. I've always watched from afar, and I never thought that that would be something that I could try out myself for some reason. When I first started drawing when I was younger, I was doing a lot of realism, a lot of directly creating the art piece from the reference photo. So I never thought that I would get to the point where I could draw anthropomorphic animals and create these new worlds and everything from my imagination. Obviously, I still use reference photos and there's nothing wrong with reference photos, but I now use them in a very different way where I'm using maybe 20 to 30 reference photos to create one piece, and combining and picking out information from each to make the new piece rather than just having one reference photo and making one piece from it. And I think past me never really expected that I would get to this kind of art making. So on the theme of trying new things, this also leads me to my YouTube channel, which I started last year in May. I was getting a little bit fed up with Instagram and I wanted something new. I was excited to try and maybe find a new community. Short form content is getting very tiring. I don't want to make a video that's 6 seconds long. This was the first video I posted back in May, on the 18th of May. And since then, I've posted 14 videos on my channel. I've been trying to post 2 times a month, which I succeeded for almost every month. My most popular video was this video, which is where I talk about my experience on Upwork as my first month working on Upwork and how that went. And my most viral moment of 2024 was this little short. And it was a challenge that I entered even a couple years ago. I was just reposting it on my YouTube. It got over 500,000 views and 50,000 likes, and I got around 500 subscribers from it. So if you came from that video, hello, hi. I think this was the main moment where my subscriber count sort of started shooting upwards. And since then, I managed to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2024, which was a goal that I didn't think I would achieve, but I'm very, very happy about it. If you're an artist on here, say hi. I want to meet more people. I want to see your stuff. So feel free to introduce yourself in the comments if you want to. Next up is my small business stats. I attended 5 art markets this year, which I didn't know whether I was going to do or not because I recently moved to Toulouse in France and my French is not very good. I'm trying my best, but French is hard. So I wasn't sure whether I wanted to do it because I didn't know whether I would converse enough with people at the markets to make it work. But I made new friends and they helped me, which was really nice. So we attended markets together and I'm really happy we did. As for my Etsy store, I got over 800 views on my store last year and I made 17 sales, which means I made it to 50 sales. So that makes me happy. Obviously, my Etsy store is not my main source of income, but I really enjoy selling some cute things on there every once in a while. And it still makes me happy to see people liking my art and wanting to buy my art. These are 2 of the most popular items in my shop, which is my Shapes of Blue lino print set. I really love this set. I think I made it even in 2023 and I still love it a lot. I think it's really pretty and I'm happy that people really like it. And the other is this cute little bug magnet set, which sold out on the first day of listing them, which was really cute and it made me very happy. I'm happy people like them. My favorite releases for 2024 were my cat trinket dishes. The ginger one is still available. He's looking for a home. I love him a lot. I might keep him at this point. And this art print of my piece, Dozing Amongst the Tulips, which I think is really cute and the textures just came out really nice on the print and I just love the colors. This was the piece that made me realize that I really wanted to work more traditional medias. I joined 3 art challenges this year. At the start of the year, I joined Fifal's Funguary challenge over on Instagram. I'll link her in the description. And it's a challenge where you become inspired by mushrooms, which I think is really fun. I didn't do all the days because I don't have the ability to do that. I'm very proud of people who can do like 30-day challenges. I can't do that. But I did end up with like 6 or 7 pieces and I think they were all really fun. I worked with a lot of different media, so I created mixed media pieces with watercolor, acrylic wash, alcohol markers, and color pencils. And because this was at the start of the year when I was just deciding that I wanted to work with more traditional media, this was the perfect time to experiment and sort of throw things on the page and see what happened, and it really encouraged me to keep going with traditional media because I really like how these pieces turned out. This was also the second year that I did my own challenge, which was a self-portrait challenge where I draw myself every month. Last year I managed to complete it as well, but I made mostly digital pieces, so this year I wanted to challenge myself to make more traditional pieces, and I succeeded every month except October. But yeah, it was a very fun break every month if I was feeling like I didn't know what to draw, or if I just wanted to experiment with the media and I didn't know what subject matter. That challenge went really well, and I think it did me good to be less stressed about my art and just make things and make mistakes. And lastly, I created another little challenge for myself, which was my last video, if you happen to see it, my last 2 videos technically. I made a little Artvent calendar challenge. Basically, I created 12 spreads in my sketchbook with 12 materials that I had lying around the house, because I was trying to convince myself that I don't always need to buy new things, and that worked out really great, especially around a time like Christmas where every company ever is trying to sell you a product and tell you that you need it. I needed to remind myself that that was not the case, and I do own a lot of things already, and I've spent a lot of money on art supplies in the past, so I should really use them instead of buying more things. And I'm happy I did, because I did a lot of cute things and I discovered a lot of old media that I hadn't really thought about in a long time. It was also nice to do this at the end of the year, so that at the start of the year I would sort of have this idea of like a refresh of all the media that I own and what I can do with them, and to make sure to use them instead of forget about them. Every year I create a top 9 of my art of the year, and I've been doing that since 2017. Here's my first little compilation that I made. This was at a point where I was doing a lot of realism, a lot of fan art of celebrities, and I still think these pieces are very nice. It's just not really the type of art that I like anymore. It didn't allow for a lot of imagination or creativity, and at the time I didn't think I had that. So it worked out, but now I know that I do have that and I can make more things than just replicating. My style has changed a lot since then, as you can see with all these years. It makes me really happy to look back through all these and see how I've progressed, and also that I've stuck with art for so long and I'm consistently making art. Here's the top 9 for my 2024. As you can see, it's very different from the previous years. It's very colorful, a lot of fun themes, animals, insects, things that I did not draw before. I think I'm thinking more about art being a fun thing rather than a stressful perfectionist kind of thing. And also I can make art for whatever I want. This like bright, colorful energy is something I really want to take into 2025 as well, and I hope that I can continue to explore and make more fun, silly, playful little art, because it makes me happy, and that's what it's all about. And that concludes my 2024 art wraps. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope it was entertaining. If you like my work and want to see more of it, consider subscribing. I will be posting more. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you have a great year. Bye.